The wonderful Victoria from What Victoria Reads tagged me, I'm very grateful, in her summer reading challenge, so clearly this means I have to take part. I am going to have everyone tagged below in the description. I won't be mentioning up the top because I will fuck up everyone's names, and also I'm having to be speedy because people are working outside, like building work, so I have limited filming time. Ugh. So I have everything written down. I have all the books that I have either already read or am going to read, because this is spanning from June to August and I am late. This is the start of July as I'm filming. So I've read some of these books already and I am counting them. Let's dive straight in. The first one, which is the one that I was tagged in because she went alphabetical, and that is non-fiction books. I love that this is me, that I am the non-fiction person, because I would love to read more non-fiction. I feel like I don't read enough of it. So it's very validating. And whilst I'm sure I will read 2 more non-fictions at least, because I like to read one a month, I have already read one in June, and that is 18 by Alice Loxton. This is 17 short stories telling you about 17 young adults when they are 18 years old who went on to do amazing things in their futures. Some of them you will have heard of, some of them you won't. I said 17, not 18. I don't like the last chapter of this book, but the rest of it is very good. Next up is Cosy Fiction. So of course I'm going with a book that I plan to read in July on my TBR up here, and that is Alchemy and a Cup of Tea by Thorne. This is the 4th and final book in the Tomes and Tea quartet, and this is a cosy fantasy where we follow 2 women who have fallen in love and they want to open a tea shop together, but they also have to keep saving the realm. I haven't actually checked whether we can double up on these prompts or not. If we can, I've finished a lot more of them. If we can't, I need to read a lot more. The next one is literary fiction, and I could go with The Name of the Rose by Umberto. However, I have this down for another one, and I do have other literary fictions. The next one is also international author, and this is published by an Italian man and translated from Italian. But also international author, for me as a Brit, could quite easily just be Americans, so that's a lot of my TBR. Nice and easy one to get to. Then a fantasy book. I have read Tales of a Monstrous Heart by Delaney. I enjoyed this one, but I won't be spending the 30 quid to get the matching sequel, but I have requested the e-arc on NetGalley. I feel like that says a lot. It's supposed to be a Jane Eyre retelling, but I do really enjoy the magic system, the different magical races, and I think it's going to be really good to read the next one. Next up is to read a classic, and I don't know if we're going to manage to finish it in August, but Don Quixote, which I'm going to be buddy reading with Olivia Savannah from Olivia's Catastrophe. We're starting to read section 2, which is from Post-it Notes onwards, in August. I'm not sure if we're going to manage it, but we're going to try. Next up is a library book, so of course I don't have this one yet. I am going to have to take a visit to my local library and pick something up that looks interesting. I will probably do this in August, but we shall see. Then the prompt is a second-hand book, and I'm going with The Foundation by Lackey. This was gifted to me by my uncle, and I am really excited to dive into this one because I've heard nothing but good things from Carrie from Caring for Books, who goes on and on about Lackey, so I'm excited to finally dive in to this high fantasy. Next up is a historical fiction. Again, the temptation to just go with this one. I have a few different options, but most of them are cross-genre. I am tempted by The Manual for Good Wives by Lola Jaye. I'm not entirely sure when it's set. Let's see. Oh, the late 1800s. So that would work very well for this one. The next prompt is a romance book, and usually this is where I would get stuck. However, Book Break sent me Behind Frenemy Lines by Zen Cho. I've loved all of their fantasy work so far, so I'm dipping my toes into a romance by them. I don't know how it's gonna go. I've like 29 pages in right now, but we shall see. So this is going to be my entry for that one. I'm reading a romance. Who am I? The next prompt is a travel book, and I'm really not sure what to do for that one. That is one where I'm like fully stumped. So if you have any recommendations, please leave them down in the comments because I need them, clearly. Maybe that could also be my library book if we're allowed to double up. If not, I'll just get it from the library as well. Then we have a crime/mystery book, and for that one I have A Crime Through Time by Amelia Blackwell. This is set in both 1799 and also 1995, and we follow a young woman who is trying to solve a murder that has happened in 1995, but she keeps getting sent back to her own time and is also trying to navigate being in 1995. This is really fun. I really recommend. Then, graphic novel. I don't have any actual graphic novels. The closest I have, and I always try to stick to my TBR that I physically own when I can, the closest I have are these 2 books, and they are in Swedish. I don't speak Swedish. Illustrated non-fiction books about creatures that are found in Sweden. This is about animals, and this one's about nighttime birds. So this is the closest I have, so that is what I'll be going with. I feel like it counts. Next up is a middle grade or YA book, and I'm going to go with The Amazing Maurice and his... I forget the rest of the title by Terry Pratchett. It's the cat one, but it is one of the next books in the Discworld series for me to get to. Then the prompt is to read a beautiful book, and I mean, there's so many that I could choose from. This one was just, I was able to grab it, ignore the little tab here, and this is Cursebound by Sarah Elarifi, which I really need to get to, and it's absolutely stunning. But then I also have some Adrian Tchaikovsky, some Freya Marsk. I have so many books that are really, really beautiful. Basically just means finally reading one of my special editions, and I think I can do that. Next up is to read a book by a BIPOC author, so that is Black, Indigenous, or person of colour. And person of colour. Of course, if we double up, then these two that are right here in front of me count. But there are, of course, various options on my shelves. Chain Gang All-Stars, and The Merciless Ones are the two that jump out at me. I think that I really want to read these ones soon, so they are in my face. So potentially one of those. Then a translated book. So again, if it counts for multiple, I read The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco. Ta-da! Translated. If not, I have... Where are you? Oh, that one's translated. It's not the one I meant, but it's easier to grab. I meant Days at the Murasaki Bookshop, but I also have I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman, and this is translated from French, I believe. Yes, it is. Translated by Ross Schwartz, so thank you very much, Ross. This one is short, but apparently very harrowing, so it should be an interesting read. The next prompt is to read a big book. I read Exodus in June. This is 893 pages. I win! This is a space opera. It's set within the Wizards of the Coast's like new universe that they're creating. There's going to be like a video game and a D&D run and loads of different stuff. But the book was really interesting. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed how the threads were interwoven by the end so that everything that seemed very separate became one storyline. I thought that was really well done from so many different points of view. Oh gosh, a book with an animal on the cover. I mean, the dragon counts, right? Yeah? Oh no. Oh no. Exodus. Stop ruining everything. So yeah, there are a few different books that I could go for, but this one I really want to read and I need an excuse to read it. So A Natural History of Dragons by Marie Brennan, and this is about Lady Trent, who is known to be the world's preeminent dragon naturalist who brought the study of dragons into the clear light of modern science. And I've heard great things about this book. The next prompt is a seasonal book, and I have already read Once Upon a Summer, which is edited by H.L. McFarlane. This is a collection of short stories that are all summer themed. This works perfectly. I really recommend this. It's really fun. It's a lot of small indie authors, so it really expands your reading repertoire. And I love Caroline Logan, and she's the first author in here, so... And the last prompt is queer, and there's so many books that I could read for that are on my shelves. I mean, the most obvious would be to carry on with the Tales of the City series by Armistead Maupin. This one is Significant Others. We follow young adults, so like anywhere from 21 up to like 38-ish, who are living primarily in San Francisco. They are primarily gay in some way, LGBTQ+. This book has a trans main character, a gay main character, we have infidelity, we have marriage and relationships, we have mysteries, we have soap opera-like aspects. Does any of this sound like my normal reading? I mean, the diversity, yes, but the mystery and the soap opera, no. And yet I love it so much. So I highly recommend the Tales of the City series. It's great fun and a modern classic for a reason. And those are the books I'm hoping to read this summer. Of course, some of them I've already managed to read, well done me, but the others I need to get a move on. So please let me know down below which books I should prioritise, and also for the ones where I was struggling for different prompts, please let me know what you are going to read for them, because I'd love to see. And hopefully I will see you folks at the end of August, having read books to fulfill all of these prompts. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Bye!